Hey everybody, welcome back to Political Science 101 at Simmons College. Um, Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to comment in the comment section below that you saw it. It's been a few days since we've had one. It's been quite a while, and I apologize for that. I've had some technical difficulties, and I've also been on the road. I'm actually at a hotel right now. Can you see I'm in Arizona. Not on vacation, I promise. This is not a recreational trip, but had to travel a bit, and going to make sure that I get these to you, and I'll be back at my house in Louisville Monday, so hopefully I can get these done on time. But I wanted to let you all know that we are on pace, we are on schedule to have another quiz on November 2nd, and I'll be talking more about that in the next couple of lecture videos. And those of you who submitted the last quiz, that was quiz number 2, I have graded those. You should have your grades. I've also heard from a couple of you, and I know I still owe some information on the schedule and syllabus to a couple of you, so if you haven't heard from me yet, sit tight. I'll be getting back to you soon. In the meantime, I want to continue the topic of this part of the semester. In our last lecture video, we discussed the form of government, the type of government that we have in this country, and that is a republic. We live in a republic, a republican form of government. And that is a representative government where we, the people, elect the government officials who make government decisions on our behalf. So in theory, we, the people, are the government. Is that the way it always works in reality? No. There are a number of reasons why, and I'll talk about some more of those on Monday's video. I'll do a video sometime this Monday and get it on YouTube and message it to you on Canvas. But for now, suffice it to say that there is a way this government is supposed to work by design, which is the voters determine who represents them, and those people make decisions that reflect the opinions of at least a majority, if not all, of the people. Of course, it doesn't always work that way. Of course, it does not always work that way. I'll talk a little bit today, as the syllabus supplement says, I'll talk a little bit today about the things government can do for you. The next video I'll discuss what government is not going to do for you. But things government does. Government takes our money through taxes and spends that money. That's really all the government is. The government is a group of people that establishes the rules and then takes the money from the people and spends the money within a framework of those rules to do the things that government wants to do, which is supposed to be what, in our country, what the people want government to do. Again, doesn't always play out that way, but that's the way it's supposed to work. So what does government spend money on? Well, it depends on which level of government. Remember, we've discussed levels of government. Local government spends money on things like local police forces, like some infrastructure, so some of the streets and transportation systems, public transportation systems like buses and others, not Louisville, but other cities like subways and light rails. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona right now. There's a light rail system. I spend a lot of time for work in Washington, D.C., where there's a metro, an underground, a subway. And that's local government with some other state and federal funds, but local government has to administer those things and do a lot of the building of those projects. And in Louisville, of course, we have the bus system. We also have roads and so forth that the city pays for at least part of. We have firefighters. We have other local government services that the local city and county governments take our money, taxpayers' money, and use the money to pay for those things. What about state? State does some of those things. There's state police, state law enforcement. State spends a lot of money on education. The states also spend a lot of money on health care through Medicaid. They spend money on roads, just like the cities do. And then you've got, and many other programs, social services and so forth. But then federal government. What does the federal government do? When I say what do they do, I really mean what did they spend money on? What did they spend their money on? And the federal government right now, the single most expensive item in the federal budget is Social Security. But again, when I say federal government spends their money, Social Security is money that we all pay in. Look at I know most of you have jobs, and probably most or all of you have had some job, either now or in the past. And look at your pay stub, where your tax dollars go. There's a line in there that is, especially on well, not just your pay stub, but also your W-2, your end-of-year tax forms, for Social Security. The Social Security line item, that's the money that goes to the federal government. The federal government then spends on Social Security recipients, which are mostly people who are past retirement age. They're in their 60s or older. And also people with disabilities. Any adult with disabilities can also have access to some of that Social Security federal money. But again, it's not money that the federal government makes on their own. They take it from people who work and they give it to Social Security recipients. After that, federal government spends money on the military, on national defense. The United States spends more than any other country in the world on military by a pretty long shot. We have a very expensive, very technologically advanced military. It's not the largest in terms of the number of troops and people in the armed services in the world, but it is the largest in terms of the money spent and kind of the weaponry and technology. The United States military has some very large, some big ticket items, things like aircraft carriers. We have many times over more of those than other countries, and other types of watercraft and aircraft that cost billions of dollars each, or at least millions of dollars each, and we have more of those than anyone else in the world. That's a big one. After that, government spends money on Medicare, which is a type of healthcare program, which again, tax money goes in, healthcare dollars go out. At least that's how it's supposed to work. Federal government also spends money on law enforcement, on the court system, on enforcing federal laws. Federal government spends a little bit of money on education. Most of that money in Kentucky comes from state government, state and local governments. But the feds spend a little bit. So those are examples of things the federal government, state government, and local government, examples of things they do for the people. On the next video, I'm going to discuss some things that those levels of government do not do, that maybe some of us think they should do. And I'll also talk about some controversies over the ways that the government does spend money that some people in this country think it shouldn't be spending money on. Today I've been pretty straightforward, pretty factual on this stuff, but we'll get a little bit more into policy, which is the discussion of what should the government be doing. And this is a short video, and I want to thank you all for watching it. Post your comments below, but also in your comments, please, 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 let me know if there's some area of services the government does or does not do that you think we should discuss. You want to hear about in the next video. Maybe it's something I already know about, and I could talk to y'all about a little bit, or maybe it's not, and I have to do a little research. It doesn't matter to me either way. I just want to hear a little bit about what you all think government should be doing that it's not doing. Either way, comment below that you watched the video. Thank you all so much for taking some time to see this. I know I'm a little bit off schedule, so I'm going to do a video on Monday, but I don't expect y'all to watch this one by Monday. Watch these at your own convenience, and just get caught up on the videos when you can. The most important thing is that you see the videos, comment on them that you saw them, so I give you your attendance grade. And then we have a quiz coming November 2nd. So prior to November 2nd, you want to be caught up on these videos. Thank you all so much for your time for watching this video. Hope everybody's staying safe with the COVID pandemic. Hope y'all are having a good week, a good weekend, and I'll talk to you all this coming week.